Today on the ropes, I got Big KillerBee Ellis and her dad, Coach Kenny Ellis. What's good?
What's up?
Man, you last fought on Javante Tank Davis undercard, which was, about 8 months ago, I guess. You know, with since the whole pandemic has started, that really slowed down boxing right now. How frustrating is that for you? Because at the time, you were ready to get back into action and fight again.
Right, it's really frustrating because I probably would have had like 4 more fights by now. So it really slowed down the process. But as soon as everything get back started, we back on the cards again.
Now, what are you doing to stay motivated and just to keep your mind focused during times like this?
I'm staying updated with Javante Davis and Mayweather Promotions, just to keep me motivated, keep me updated too on when stuff is going to get back started. So I'm still training hard and running.
With that being said, do you have any future opponents lined up at this time as boxing is starting to slowly get back into action?
Yeah, right now we got a couple girls saying that they'll take the fight. Hopefully they keep their word.
Speaking on that, how frustrating is that when you have an opponent line up and then the next thing you know they back out, and after all that training that you go through to cut the weight and to really looking forward to the next fight, then you have someone back out on you like that?
It's frustrating. It's frustrating because I know I've been going through that basically my whole boxing career, even in the amateurs. Girls always backing out at the last minute. My last amateur fight, the girl backed out the same week of the fight. But I just hope that in the future it don't be like that with more serious girls. But to me, it look like they might be probably gonna be backing out too.
Let me ask you, what is your thoughts on women's boxing right now with what you see going on?
Well, I like what I see going on is getting better. We getting more attention, because at first it was like we wasn't getting no attention, and I feel like Clarissa Shields should get the credit for that, because I feel like she the one that really brought women's boxing up.
Speaking on that, it's supposed to be a major fight taking place in August with Cecilia Brækhus and Jessica McCaskill for the undisputed welterweight championship. Any thoughts on that?
We'll see how that goes. It'll be nice to get on that card, but we got stuff already lined up.
How major is that to see 2 women actually headlining that event?
It's amazing because it's not often you see that. Only time you see that is probably when Clarissa Shields fight. But it looks like it's picking up to me for women's boxing.
And what's your thoughts on that, Coach Ken?
I think it's beautiful, man. A lot of girls been main event and co-main event in the last year, so it's definitely growing. I think the more the merrier, and the ladies get the chance to display their talent. You know what I mean? I like the ladies because they get up for each other more, they throw more punches, and their heart is in it more than the guys, from what I see so far.
That'll be.
I don't mean to offend the guys, but the ladies are getting it in. The ladies are getting it in, man.
What did you think about that 7-second knockout?
She don't get no strikes for that.
I think about Mia's first fight. We got a lot of criticism because she X'd the girl in 53 seconds, but it wasn't our fault. We reached out to a lot of ladies with experience, and they all said no. But that girl, she bit, so we took the fight, and it probably was the same situation with the young lady
that was my whole point on that, asking that question, because she probably went through the process of trying to find.
When you got a small team, it's good, but if you got a team that don't know, it's not good for that person. And the girl that was knocked out, her team is just not too bright. She didn't have no experience, and she got clipped.
And my thing is, they put aside me. At least my girl, she tried to fight back. That girl that she fought, she didn't even come out the corner.
She just got clipped.
Oh, she knocked out in 7 seconds.
Yeah.
But what I did was wrong.
I would love it if they're in the same weight class. I would love to, get the winner of that fight. But I'm not sure what weight class that was. But I would love for Mia to fight the lady that won. And if we can do that in the near future.
But people gotta understand that it's not really us picking our opponents. The girls drop out, so we gotta find another person. That girl came to us, said yeah, so we took the fight. It wasn't us, so we gonna go find the weakest girl. That's not how it go. She came to us.
You know, speaking on that, how hard is it for you to find sparring partners to get ready for events?
At first it was hard, but now it seems like there's more girls getting into boxing, so it's not really hard.
And we got a lot of boys, young men in the gym that we can work with. So as far as sparring, she got all the sparring she needs. If we choose to move around, we will. You know?
We don't have to work with girls. Most of the time I'm sparring boys, which is better for me. So when I get in the ring with a girl, it's gonna be easier.
You know, during this time of the whole pandemic, what's the toughest thing you've been through, and how did you overcome it?
The toughest thing I've been through was my own gym closing, because it's nothing like your own gym. I want to train in my own gym. With us being with Pucks and Rex, they closed. So we've been closed since all this started, and we ain't been back in any since.
Back in March.
So, I mean, we still train at other gyms, but it's nothing like your own gym.
Has there been any talks about when, the time frame?
Off and on, you know, they talk about in a couple of weeks, but a couple of weeks come and they still don't open. There's a couple more weeks, so we can't sit still, you know.
I think with us being with the city, we probably don't open back up until school open back up, because we with the city, so.
And school might not open up until January.
Right.
But I'm not gonna wait around. I might have my own building, you know.
You know, with that being said, how tough is it during times with your younger fighters to keep?
Right, because they're not. Because of the pandemic, we're not meeting at the gym every day like we used to. So we 2 or 3 times a week we get the fighters and we go to another gym. But it's not easy, you know what I mean? Because it's harder to keep up with them because of the pandemic, you know.
So for those kids like that, what do you have them doing to keep their mind occupied during times like this, so they don't get lost in the streets?
Right, we run them when we do get them. We run them. We train them at the other gym, and we study fights and stuff. We stay on the phone and talk, but it's not easy, you know, because they're all over the place right now.
Now, have you had a chance to talk to Tank to see if you're going to have that possibility of being on that undercard for Leo Santa Cruz?
Yeah, I talk to Tank all the time. Most likely I'll be on there. Yeah, I'm one of the first ones that they think about when they came up with their cards and their dates. So if it ain't Tank card, I'm definitely going to be on one of them Showtime cards. So.
Because currently, right now, you're independent, not signed to any.
Right.
How is that for you?
To be honest, I like it because I'm free. I can be on big cards, I can be on small cards, but I do want to get signed. So.
What's your thoughts on that, Coach Ken?
Being a free agent right now, it's cool. You know, we can get the numbers built up, but in the near future, we'd love to sign with one of the promotion companies. Hopefully, Mayweather Promotion company. That's what she want to go at. That's a dream. So I want to, down her dream. You know.
You made me think about something. You know, with Mayweather, currently showing the young fighters a lot of the tips and on the skill of boxing. Would you like the opportunity one day to go out there to get some of that knowledge from Floyd?
Yeah, I would love the opportunity because with me, I don't want to sign with a person and never be able to interact with them, actually have a relation with them. Like a lot of these promotional companies, they sign people and just throw them on cards, but they're not really talking to them, reaching out to them. So I would love the opportunity to go out there and talk with Floyd and train with him.
And build that relationship.
Yeah.
Floyd can pick up the phone, call, or she can call Floyd, whatever. Like a lot of people would say sign, but they're not communicating with their promoter.
Right.
And if somebody got their life in your hands, it makes sense to be friends with them, communicate with them.
What's one of the things that you and your dad been working on the most since the pandemic has started?
Working on the most, I would just say keeping my out window. Just don't get out of shape. Because, stuff is opening back up, fights and stuff, and somebody can call us for next weekend. Y'all want to get on this card? So you just gotta stay ready.
You know, I was going to ask you that. How important is it to maintain or stay close to your fighting weight, because you never know when you're going to get that call.
Right. It's very important, and for me, it's not really hard. I don't know if it's because girls is different from boys or what, but I just don't shoot all the way up. Like, my weight don't shoot all the way up, so if I do get a call, I'll be able to make the weight.
She's pretty disciplined, and she know it. Ain't too many days gonna go past without me calling and say, you been on the scale? How much you weigh? So it's in the back of her mind, she's conscious about watching her weight when she's home, right, and what she's eating.
I just check my weight before I came out.
Because I'm gonna call and say, hey, what's your weight? And she know that call is coming, you know? So she's pretty much, pretty disciplined when it comes to her weight and what she's eating.
You know, speaking on that, what is exactly your nutrition and how you eat right now? Because I had a chance to talk to Malik. You know, he was talking about how he really learned a lot when he went out to the camp out in Nebraska, just to see how they eat and how to maintain. And really, right now, he talked about how he really doesn't even need a sauna suit to cut down the weight.
I'm gonna be honest with you. For me, I still eat the regular stuff, but I know how much of it I can eat. So I, not like pigging out, but I eat regular stuff. It's just, my body just take it different, I guess. I know how much of it I can eat without getting fat or gaining weight. Like even when we was out in Atlanta, I was supposed to come in at 134 for that fight. I came in at 131. That week I was eating what my coaches was eating. It's just, I know how much of stuff I can eat. Like I eat salads and stuff too. I eat healthy, but a lot of people don't know that it's not what you eat, it's how much of it that you eat.
That's a great point right there, to talk about the consumption of what you eat,
right,
and not how much you eat.
Right. A lot of people fight me, they just drinking water because they still got lose weight. Not me. Weigh-in day, I wasn't weak. I still had all my strength. It's because I know how to eat my stuff in portions.
Now, with the next opponent, you talked about being in talks with someone, correct? Mm-hmm. What's the date looking more like, and do you know where exactly now because of what we're finding in boxing with the different, things closing back there?
We were planning to fight in September. Hopefully we was going to get on the first date that they had for Javante Davis, but they pushed the fight back. So it's whatever call we can, put the fight on. Because of the pandemic, we just going to just fight as much as we can until things open back up all the way.
Now I gotta ask you, man, any last words before we wrap things up?
Hope you girls are staying ready. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, I gotta ask you, because I've been asking young fighters this lately, man. What's your go-to music when you working out?
Lil Baby. That's all I listen to. Lil Baby. He speak the truth about stuff. And he's been through the struggle, so it's motivating.
Now, you met him a couple of times.
Yeah.
What was that like?
It was crazy. Because everything, like when you see him, like everything that he say in his songs is true. He say in his songs he carry full pockets full of money. When you see him, he got full pockets full of money. That's crazy.
I'm a little older, so I don't keep up with the rappers like I used to, but I met him. I didn't meet him, but I seen him in the dressing room. And I thought, why is his pockets puffy like that? What's wrong with him? So I told Meg, and Meg said, that's Lil Baby. I said, who's that? That's the guy that carries money in every pocket. I said, that's why his pockets up like that?
His label is called Full Pockets Full.
And I didn't know that, but Meg schooled me, and I looked at his pockets. I said, this is crazy, man. But that's today's generation, man. And the kid, Meg let me listen to him music. He sounds pretty good, He sounds pretty good.
And man, Mia, I appreciate your time as always on the ropes. Always doing your thing. Looking forward to seeing you knock out your next opponent.
Yeah.
And it's funny you said that, because her goal is to have one of the, if not the biggest knockout ratio out of females. She want to have one of the biggest knockout ratios, so I'm waiting to see.
Not saying I'm gonna always go into a fight looking for a knockout, but That's what I want.
She can pop.
Who currently has that the biggest ratio right
I'm
now?
not sure.
I'm not sure. A
I'm
lot
not
of girls
sure.
don't be having a lot of knockouts.
But Meg can pop, man. You hearing it from me first. I ain't saying it just because she's my daughter. The girl can pop. She can pop. I'm talking at 8 years old, 10-ounce gloves, headgear, and she getting 8 counts. She giving 8 counts out.
Listen, all I'm gonna say is Tank ain't the only person dropping heavyweights. He ain't the only person dropping heavyweights.
You know, before we leave, Mia, I want to get my audience to find out, man. What's the biggest thing that you learned from your dad? What's the biggest thing that you learned from your dad?
From my dad, I'm in this for myself. Don't worry about everybody else. Stay focused on myself.
I see you got the sleeve there. Where you get that?
I did this.
She ain't learned that from dad. But you know, sometimes you gotta let them experience some stuff, you know.
You know, I didn't even notice that. You don't have any coach?
No, I don't. No, you know.
Hey, I got boxing gloves tatted on me.
I saw that. That's what made me look down, and I noticed that.
I believe in God, you know. I'm not perfect, but when I go to him, when I take his body back to him, one thing I can say, I ain't messed your body up. Forgive me for what I did inside your body. You know what I mean? But here comes your beautiful body back. And hopefully that'll get me, you know, on the other side. But we gotta answer a lot of stuff, man. You know, some stuff we can't help because we're not perfect, but some stuff we can help, you know. And I pray that one day she remove that.
See, matter of fact, they get addictive. You probably gonna be wind up getting more. Huh?
Right.
Oh man, you like the devil on our show. Zan, don't do that to me, man. No, but you know, it's all fun. I love it, you know. God.
I'm not gonna get nothing crazy. Nothing that I'm gonna regret having on my body. So.
I appreciate your time as always, Mia. All right, there you have it. Mia KillerBee Ellis, one to know us professional, and her dad, Coach Kenny. We out.
My man.